Well, hello, hello, and more hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with the elemental wisdom for the month of June, our second water month. Yeah, it's been kind of a minute since I have been on live streaming because I've been doing some wonderful traveling, visiting with friends and family, and it's just been delightful. So I apologize for getting this out to you for the second week of June, or is it the third coming up? I think it's the third. Yeah, the third week of June coming up. But this elemental energy applies all month long. And for the weeks that I didn't share, you can go back and just check and say, what was that like? What was that like for me? And I apologize because I think I've got a little glitch going on right now. Hopefully you can still, I see that my internet has kind of stopped. So hopefully it will be okay and it'll come back. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to begin sharing with you about this elemental month of June, this beautiful, beautiful water month. We're at this time where we're coming into summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and of course going into winter in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's a real transitional month and a definitely important time for releasing, for purifying. In the summer months, it is about, get in the water and cool down. So yeah, it's a wonderful time. Lots of weddings happen, lots of graduations happen, lots of endings and beginnings. So it's a really, really powerful, powerful time that we're in. So let's jump back to Monday, June 3rd, which was the first elemental week, and it was a nature week. Yes, yes, yes. A nature week for this month has been all about being flexible, trusting the process, surrendering your attachment to your plan. Believe me, I know. When we make up what we think is the best way for our dreams to come true, we are sure to be disappointed. Trust that the universe, with its unknowable ability to make things happen in the right way and at the right time, is more powerful than your brain or that of any other human. Want it to be right for you more than just wanting it. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Do what is right in front of you to do at the present time and know that more will be revealed. Connect with the magical and tricky energy of the nature element, whether that is in the form of plants, trees, flowers, animals, or humans, to help you accept the greater order and direction you are being asked to experience. And what's interesting is that the elemental energies for this month are similar to May, except for there's no water week in June and there was no mineral week in May. So there's this overlap. And so my theme in May was about, you know, opening up to the greater order and direction. And so this month, it really is about us following our greater order and direction. So let's look at some of what will show up for us as distractions, or did show up as distractions last week. And the first one is about being arrogant or stubborn. Yeah. Letting go of that I gotta know, I'm supposed to know energy. Really, really important. Attempting to change a no into a yes or a yes into a no. Again, letting go of our control drama. Really important. Also, perceiving things as win lose. Yeah, not a good thing to do when you're trying to be flexible. Despairing and trying to go back to the place you know best, also known as trying to squeeze back through the hole, and beating yourself up for situations and or outcomes over which you have no control. Yeah. So definitely think back to that. And, if you got caught up in some of those distractions, that's okay. It's all about learning, right? Yeah. And helping us grow that muscle so that we don't allow those distractions to take hold and take over the entire time. So moving to last week, this week that we're finishing now, which is Monday, June 10th, and we had an Earth Week. And on this Earth Week, it was all about the following. It was about giving support. Yeah. Paying it forward, being an inspiration, offering assistance without expecting anything material in return. It was about demonstrating your ability to be generous, compassionate, considerate, and trustworthy. Invoking the generative, nourishing, and abundant universal love energy of the earth element was a service to others and, of course, ultimately to yourself. In doing this in a humble and balanced way, you'll always be gifting your soul with unconditional love. This emotional resource will serve you well as you continue to move through the unexpected barriers to the fulfillment of your annual commitments. As you comfort others, you will be comforted. And let's look at the distractions here. The first one would be about complaining. Yeah, especially when things aren't going the way that we thought they should go. They can definitely be a complaint going on. The other is expecting others to do what you can do. And we really have to let go of that because that's not always the way that it happens. And then last but not least, that fear of not being appreciated or compensated. Yeah. And that's a real call for us to get back to practicing valuing ourselves because unless we value ourselves, no one else can. Yeah. So again, those were distractions that may have shown up this week, and hopefully you were able to recognize them and overcome them. Even more important, right? Yeah. So this week coming up, starting this Monday, June the 17th, we step into our Fire Week. And it's a Fire Week I always love because it's all about forgiveness. Yeah. The opportunity is to embrace and practice forgiveness, invoking the ancestors to help you forgo being a martyr to past pain as you invite the grace of forgiveness to embrace you and remove what was never yours to keep. Ask and thank your God for enabling you to receive the grace of forgiveness for those who have hurt you and for those whom you have hurt, consciously or unconsciously. I strongly suggest this week coming up that you prepare an ancestor plate at every meal, light a candle, and feed them with your intention to honor their existence and receive their guidance, wisdom, and love. They want you to win and are committed to you not repeating their sorrows. You are their dream come true, and they want you to live your happy endings. And that power, that grace of forgiveness is really, really something we need help with. And that's why I recommend calling on the ancestors because there are things that, our human brains just really can't get. But the ancestral energy and what they are connected to in a deeper, stronger way than we are right now can really be of great service to you moving through, holding on to other people's pain or even your own pain. So here's distractions from this. Wanting to be right about being a victim. Yeah, kind of keeping yourself in that hole. Thinking you have to figure things out on your own. Let that go. There really is help available in non-physical ways. Judgment and criticism of yourself and others. Not a good use of your time and energy. And taking on the problems of others is another way in which we can stay stuck in wanting to be right about being a victim. So be aware, be conscious of these distractions showing up for you this week of June the 17th. And moving right along to our last week in June, our last elemental week, we will have a mineral week on June the 24th. And here is the opportunity, all about remembering purpose and being on purpose. Allow the power of love to remind you of who you truly are, what you really want to do, have, and be in your life. Follow your heart and soul and take the necessary risks to experience your true power and uniqueness. Isn't that just lovely? Purpose and love, totally partners. So here are the distractions. Be on the lookout for choosing to stay in confusion. Yes, confusion is a choice. And once we realize that, that's when we can open up, say that prayer, set that intention for having our confusion to dissipate and for us to step into clarity. Absolutely. Engaging melodramas. Yeah. Not in real life. Watch your K dramas. get all the melodrama you need from K dramas and Hallmark movies, but don't engage in them with your own time in terms of your relationships with other people. Really, really avoid that. Taking on problems and challenges that you have the ability to tackle, but which are not for you to do because they're not in alignment with your higher purpose. And that's something about discerning the use of our gifts, talents, and genius and our time. We're not here to do everything for everybody or to do stuff just because we can do it. No, it really, really has to be aligned with our higher purpose in order for it to be done or received or given with ease and with love. The fear of failure can show up this week, especially with so much moving and shaking and shifting that is happening for us as humans. When that shows up, make sure you shift out of it and focus on what is it that could be, what is it that you desire, what is it will feel like if everything works out. Yeah, that's what you want to focus on, the happy ending. And then last but not least, procrastinating. Procrastination is really an evidence that there is an energy block. Something isn't flowing. And so an anecdote for that is to really open up to identifying and removing and transforming the energy block. And that's why, again, calling on our ancestors is really, really a wonderful way to help you get more clarity and understanding about those blocks. Fantastic. And for some reason, my live stream of me is still stuck in time, but hopefully this is going to work and I don't have to redo it. But anyway, I have no idea why that's happening, but it's very interesting. So let me go on to talk about the fact that Saturday, June the 22nd, is the monthly Earth Day. And as I always am talking about, let us honor the Earth every 22nd day of each month, not just once a year for 2 or 3 days. And you can go to the website, www.earthday.org. You can find these campaigns they're doing. This year for 2024, they put out an action toolkit, and you can find that easily. There is this now goal of 60% reduction of plastic production by the year 2040. It needs to be 2030. And again, I asked you to join in with this in order for us to all be able to make this planet habitable for the 7th generation that comes after us. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to the Elemental Wisdom for this month. And again, I apologize for it coming in as late as it did, but hopefully it is of service to you. I got a thank you here from Mr. Kali Soul saying, thank you for this great information. Great. So even though I am stuck, I'm grateful to see that the information is still coming in and that you can hear me. So thank you so much, Mr. Kali, for letting me know that. And I will be putting out some astrology for self mastery. This month on Wisdom Walk Talk, I will be doing some interviews with some dear friends of mine so that we're going to be talking about those 5 annual commitments and how that's showing up for these first 6 months of the year. Again, be well, be safe, take great care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing and being of service to you again very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in now or later. Bye bye now.